Hello. In this video I'm going to show you how to set up and edit your gradebook in Moodle. The Moodle version we're using is 2.7. The first thing you're going to want to do is on your course page, click on Administration and then scroll down and click on Grades. You'll see that you're given a few options here. If you click on this drop-down menu at the top, you can view this as a grade report, outcomes, overview, or user. And then you have your categories and item views, and that's the one we're looking for, full view right there. So let's click on that. This brings you to your gradebook. Now you're looking at a course called English 12 for Adults, and it is a course that is in the creation stage, so there are 3 activities that have been created so far, but no categories have been set up, and that's what I'm going to show you how to do. In Moodle, you can either create your gradebook before you've created any activities, or you can do it as we're doing now and move your existing activities into the correct category. So I'm going to show you how to do that. The first thing you want to look at is this. This is your course. This is your aggregation. So under aggregation you have a number of options. I'm not going to go through each of these, but I'm going to tell you that weighted mean of grades is usually the standard, and that's probably what you'll see when you click on your gradebook. If you ever want to change it and you're not sure how that works, click on your question mark at the top under aggregation, and there'll be an explanation of what each of these will do. So we're going to leave that at weighted mean of grades, and we're going to create our first category. So at the bottom you'll see add category. So let's do that now. First thing you're asked to do is give your category a name. So we're going to call this category assignments. Again, this is your default setting for your aggregation, and this is the one I want to stick with. It's the simple weighted mean of grades. That means it'll only calculate what's in this category. I usually just stick with the defaults for most of the things, so I don't even have to open these up normally, but I'm going to show you what they have in them. This is an important one, and it can be edited on your main screen as well. But let me tell you what it means. If a student doesn't submit an assignment, if this is checked, then that assignment doesn't count against them. What happens is that sometimes this will confuse students, and when they look at their grades they'll see a 76 at the bottom, and if this has been checked, that means that that is their average of what they've submitted, not their actual average in the course. So I don't tend to usually click this unless I'm doing report cards and I want to see what the student is working at. I usually leave this off, and then they can see their grade in the course based on everything in the course. Here you can also include subcategories. You can drop your lowest if you want. And then down here in your category total, there's a whole bunch of options. Your grade type, your minimum and maximum grade. You can hide it, you can lock it. You can set some dates if you want to. I've found that sticking just with the defaults works well for me, but if you want to experiment a bit, go right ahead. Sometimes you will want to change your decimal points here. I usually leave it at 2, but you can set it to 0 or whatever you like. So we've got our category settings, so now let's just save our changes. So now if you look, you'll see there's an assignments category. Now we're going to move our existing assignment, the thesis statement assignment, into that category. And it's a simple matter of just scrolling to the end and clicking on the move icon. So we're going to move that lesson now, that assignment, into the assignment category. And it's as simple as that. So now under our assignments, we can see our thesis assignment. So let's create now a category for our lesson and one for quizzes. So we add a category. Let's do the quizzes category first, leaving it at the simple weighted mean of grades. I'm not even going to open up those other ones. I know what they say. I'm just going to save it. Now I have my quizzes category. Now let's move this quiz. So go to the end again, to the move icon, click on the move, that's the one you're moving, move it onto quiz. Okay, now we have an assignment, a quiz. The only thing left is our lesson. Oh, better save it. Make sure you save. So now let's do a lessons category. Add a category, call it lessons. Settings are fine, so we'll just save it. Good to go. Let's move that lesson into the lessons category. And save. Now all of those activities that were previously created have been moved into categories within the gradebook. Now the next thing you're going to want to do is set your weighting. So if I only had the 3 categories, you have to make sure that all of your categories add up to 100. So I'm going to make my assignments worth 40% of the course. I'm going to make my quizzes worth 30%. And that means that my lessons must also be worth 30%. Because 30 is 60 and 40 is 100, so that's what we're looking for. So we're going to save it. And that is basically how you set up your gradebook. Now you notice that when you were editing your categories, you had options for aggregating only non-empty grades, etc., etc. You can do that on your main page as well. So if you ever change your mind and say you're at report card time and you want to see what the average grade the student is working at, you can go and click all these, save it at the bottom, and then change it back once your report cards are done. So that option is there as well. So those are the basics of the gradebook. And now I'm going to take you to an existing course that is up and running and actually has students in it, so I can show you a few other things. So this is a PE 8 course, and right now we are in the grader report view. So again, up here were the different types of views that you had to choose from. We used to be in full view. Let's just have a look what this course looks like in full view. So there's all the activities with all our different weightings. And now let's just go back to where we were, the grader report. You're going to want to access your grader report for a number of reasons. If you want to submit grades, this is the spot you can do it if you're not doing it right within the assignment itself. So let me show you how to do that. We're going to go to Justin here. Now Justin Brown did not do particularly well on this assignment. So if he resubmitted it, what I can do is I can click here and put in a new grade for him just by backing it up, or I can click the edit grade, override the mark that was there, put in his new mark, and that was his existing comment. If I wanted, I could change that comment and put in a new comment, save my changes, and now his mark has been changed so that he has 5 instead of what he had before, which was 0. So that's what you can do within your grader report. And there's another option that's very handy. You could go to your user report, and this is where you can see every student in your course. Let's look at Joshua. And you can see there's her activity journal with her comments, and here's all her assignments, and that's her grade right now in the course. And you can do that for any student you choose. Okay, there is also an outcomes report or an overview report, which would do the, let's choose a student that has a few more courses. So here is Joshral's overall report for all her courses in Moodle. So let's go back to our original course. So that is the basics of the gradebook in Moodle. Again, remember that these little question marks can be your best friend, and if you're ever stuck, click on those and it will give you an explanation to help you out. Thanks for watching.